Welcome to Living English at the Houston Public Library, a 25-lesson language learning program that focuses on how you work, play, and interact with others in your everyday life. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Bowden with the Houston Public Library, and welcome to Living English at HPL. Today we're going to be discussing shopping, which can take many forms. You might go to a mall, like these folks. You may go to a store and talk to a sales associate, or you might go to an outdoor market, which is a lot of fun when the weather's nice. So let's take a look at some vocabulary. All right, so first of all, let's talk about the price tag. How much does something cost? So all these things are associated with the price tag and how much it costs. Now, price tags can take many forms. They may be a little guy like this, and they may be posted so you can see it as you walk up, or every single item might have its own price tag attached to it. So a price tag is where you see the price, right? Now, if something is cheap, it is very inexpensive. So if you look at the sign over there, everything there is 99 cents, which is not very much. So those things are what we would call cheap. Now, if something is affordable, it means that you can buy it. It is within the amount of money that you have. So think of it like balancing your money out with the scales. So this house would be unaffordable, right? It's more than the money that we have. So we're looking for something affordable that we can purchase. You might say something is expensive. So that ring looks pretty expensive. It's going to cost a lot of money, right? But some things are supposed to be expensive. Houses and cars and rings, those are usually pretty expensive items. However, sometimes things can be unreasonable, and that's when they're expensive for what they are. So right here, it's just some hand sanitizer, and they want $40 for hand sanitizer. That is unreasonable. That's unaffordable. I am not going to buy that. So I hope you understand the difference between these different terms. So let's talk about discounts. That is when something is now less expensive than it used to be. So you might have a sale where they take off, say, 10% or take off a few dollars, right? That's a sale. You might have a coupon. A coupon is something you might clip out, and it entitles you to a discount. So this one says you can have $5 off. So if you have this coupon, you can get a $5 discount, right? Something might be on clearance. That's a big sale. So instead of just 10%, these things are 90% off. The store really wants to get rid of them. They really want to sell them. That's a big discount. And then finally, you might get some kind of a deal. So here, if you buy one popcorn, you can get a second one for free, right? So they get you to buy one so that you can get another one, right? So there's different kinds of discounts that exist out there. And you'll see these all over the place, depending on what kind of store you go into. All right, let's talk about payment. So obviously we buy and we sell, right? That's what we're talking about. So when you buy something, you're giving the money, you're making the payment, and you're taking the item. When you're selling something, you're giving the item and you're taking the money, right? Now, when we talk about buying and selling together, that is a transaction. A transaction. Two people have a transaction. You go into the store sells, and you buy. That is the transaction that's going on. Now, if you want to buy something, you had better bring your wallet or your purse. That's probably where you keep your money, unless you're someone who pays with your phone nowadays. Very fancy. But usually you're going to need your wallet or your purse if you want to make a payment, right? Okay, payment continued. So if you're at the store, you're going to pay at the register, or the cash register is sometimes what it's called. And it looks like that generally, but there's a lot of different kinds now. Some have big screens on them too, or it might just be an iPad or something like that. So that's a register right there, and that's where you will go to pay. Now, this is the checkout. That's where the register is. But a checkout can be a noun or a verb, right? So the checkout is a place. You go to the checkout. But checkout is something that you do. It is an action that you take. Once you get your food, you go and you check out, right, at the register. So that can also be a verb, to check out. Now, if you're at the store, you may use a shopping cart, specifically at the grocery store. That would be a good place to have a shopping cart, but other places too. And they look kind of like that. They come in different sizes, I guess. Now, if you're shopping online, you may have an icon of a shopping cart that looks like that. So when you click on something and add it to your basket, a little number might pop up in the shopping cart. And then finally, at a store, you might have a basket, which is just a smaller handheld version of a shopping cart. So cart and then basket right over here. All right, let's talk about some people. Probably the important ones are the customer and the sales associate, or sales clerk, salesman. All these terms would work. So the customer is the person who is buying the item. Sales associate, doing the selling. He's got an apron on there. And some customers are what we call bargain hunters. This is a slang term. So we've talked about slang before. We'll bring in this term today. They're people who try to find coupons. They're people who try to find deals and discounts. And if they don't have a deal, they probably won't buy anything. So a bargain hunter is someone who looks for a deal, looks for a discount. Now, a sales associate is going to practice customer service. That's when they help you out. So this guy down here, he's being very helpful, and he's showing these people all the different faucets that they could possibly buy. It looks like a hardware store. So that's customer service right there, and it's when the sales associate helps the customer, which is a great thing. All right, so now that we've learned all of these terms, let's have a little vocabulary practice. I'd like you to label this image for me, and I'm pointing specifically to different items in this store. All right, so you have sales associate, checkout, and register. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can label this picture correctly. Go ahead. Okay, let's see how we did. Well, right here we have the register. I said before, so the register is this whole big thing back here. It has a screen, and there's a keypad back there for the sales associate. So that's the register. That's going to be our sales associate right there, our sales clerk. He's going to help us out if we need his help. And then finally, this is the checkout. This whole area right here is the checkout. Okay? Nice job. I hope you got those. Let's try this one. Customer service, shopping cart, customer, and price tag. What do we think? Pause the video. See if you can't fill those in. Okay, let's see how we did. Well, that's the customer right there. Now, the customer service, I'm pointing to the sales associate, but the customer service is the interaction that's occurring between these two people. She is noticing that he needs something, and she's offering to help. At least it looks that way, right? Over here, we have a price tag. Now, like I said, usually every single item has a price tag on it, but this sign is a price tag in effect. It lets you know how much these things cost. And then finally down here, we have our shopping cart, a little different than the one we saw earlier, but like I said, different shapes and sizes. Great job. Okay, so now for some grammar. We're going to talk about the present progressive tense. What are you doing? Right? That's what this is about. It shows ongoing action. So, if we're talking about the affirmative, what are we doing? I am playing. He, she, it is playing. You, we, they are playing. So it's am, is, or are. We use a be verb in order to complete this. This can also be negative by adding not. So I am not playing. She is not playing. We are not playing. Or it could be a question. Am I playing? Is she playing? Are we playing? Right? So it can be affirmative, negative, or it can be used as a question. So I am teaching right now. Are you learning? I hope so. I hope the answer to that question is yes. What are these guys doing? Right? We saw them earlier. What do you think they're doing? Well, if you said they are shopping, you are correct, right? So they, these two folks who are not us, right? They are shopping. Okay, now let's practice this. I have a few sentences here, and I've given you the word right here, the verb right here, and what I'd like you to do is fill in these blanks. So pause the video and see if you can use these be verbs and these verbs right here in order to fill in the blanks, okay? All right, well, how did we do? Number one, I am planning on going shopping tomorrow. That's what I want to do tomorrow. I'm planning to go shopping tomorrow. Sue is coming with me. She's agreed. So Sue is coming with me. Number 3, are you selling that chair? It's a good question, right? You walk up to somebody, it's a nice chair. Are you selling that chair? Number 4, you are not buying that ring. It is too expensive, right? It's unreasonable. So I'm not going to let you do it. And then finally, 5, the sales associate is helping me find the shoes I want to buy, because that's just great customer service, right? We talked about that earlier. Well, I hope you got all these. If you didn't, go back and try again. Take a look at the other vocab, keep on practicing. That's all we have today. Thank you so much for watching, and check back for more content soon. Bye for now.